Wow, can you believe it? After 15 years, we get Murda Incorporated. Unbelievable. Man, that was just a sight for sore eyes. It was at an event that they actually got a chance to get a picture with Jay, Ja, and DMX as Murda Inc. And it was Irv Gotti's dream to make that record, make the album. But their egos were so big at the time and the direction they were going in that the only person was down fully for that project was Ja Rule. Because at this point, Jay's blowing up individually without a group. X is blowing up way bigger than Jay was at that time without really a group. They all had their own lane. This would only be beneficial to Irv and Ja more than it would them. So they're like, well, yeah, we did the 2 songs. I don't mind jumping on a song with them, but everything else I don't need to do. So they really didn't pursue it like that. They rather, like, we'll be on a Murda Inc. album, we'll drop our own song individually, but no. And then that led to uncomfortable feelings with Ja. He felt some type of way. Like, he was like, I'm not trying to get in there and be the face. I'm just saying I can hold my own too. Like, I'm y'all supposed to be my brothers. What's going on? But it was an ego thing. And then Ja took it a certain type of way and decided, like, alright, I'm going to compete with them and I'm going to get at their level and I'm going to knock them out. Not out of anger, but more of a, we need to get this understanding clear that I'm not just somebody on the team, I'm somebody that's here to play. So they had a reunion, and 15 years later, here they are at another event. Turn around, there's DMX, Jay, and Ja. And this is the first time in 15 years, like, they really been all around each other, all 3 at the same time. Like, they've seen each other individually, but not at the same time. So what did this open the door to? Y'all remember It's Murder and Murdergram and all that stuff? Remember Streets is Watching soundtrack? Y'all remember that stuff? Okay, yeah, you gotta dig all the way back. Murdergram and then It's Murder. That's probably the last 2 songs they made. What is this gonna open up doors for the new opportunities for them to work together? Absolutely not. But just to see them all cool, because Beast broke out between all 3 individually for all 3 different reasons. Ja was based off that reason that Murda Inc. didn't happen. And that Jay and X didn't really acknowledge Ja Rule as, like one of their own. They kind of felt like, yeah, you doing your thing, but you're not me. And Ja was like, yeah, I am. I'm getting more money from what I'm doing than you are. And X just thought Ja was sounding like him, and then he thought JayZ wasn't being genuine enough, coming from the heart. And he didn't really have love for his brother and all this stuff. So all of this was what the industry creates. The bitterness, the jealousness, the paranoia to keep you all individuals and not together. Now that they are willing enough to not just take a picture, but actually be cool with one another. Out of 15 years, they realize now they're in a different mental space, because if you don't start thinking differently when you hit your 40s and 30s and 20s, you still thinking like a 20-year-old in your 40s, then you wasted 20 years. Because you didn't gain any knowledge. You didn't do anything that would be any benefit to anybody. You just basically kicked it and kept repeating the same thing over and over every day. and basically you're not living, you're just existing. So now they're at a stage where they've seen so much, just experienced in life, that they realized that what they were involved in was just complete nonsense. It was like, man, we rich black men, how we're in a very small boat. There's like 44 million of us on the planet. That's not a lot. And we're doing this. Let's get things straight. Let's get ourselves together. And look, I think that they could all do better. I think they will do better. I wish Irv was there, Irv Gotti, because I think if they get in the studio and drop a joint, that'll be magic. At least give that back to the fans for basically screwing them out of it for 15 years due to ego. At least put a song to it or something. That's what I like to see. Just for old time's sakes, just for us day ones. But y'all tell me what y'all think. It's your boy Karceno. I'm out, and I did survive the date. I did pass out on her a couple of times, but it was a good thing.